Hello everyone. As everyone knows, we are dealing with hemolytic disorders. So today's topic is leukemia. Leukemia is one of the blood disorder as well as oncological condition. In this, mainly the bloods get affected due to the cancerous cells. So let's see the introduction of the topic. Leukemia is a type of cancer that occurs in blood forming tissues such as bone marrow and the lymphatic system. This cancer starts in the white blood cells. The word leuke means white in Greek. So this is the cancer of the cancer of the blood. So mainly the formation of cancerous cells is start in the blood, that is white blood cells. You see the definition. Leukemia are a group of neoplastic disorders affecting mainly the leukopoietic tissues in the body and characterized by the presence of leukocytosis, immature leukocytes in peripheral blood, and proliferation of these immature cells in the bone marrow, resulting in the suppression of normal tissue. The abnormal cells infiltrate several organs in the body. It is according to K.V. Krishnan Das and Matthew Thomas. So, according to leukemia is a cancerous cells that gets developed in the blood, that is in the main bone marrow, and slowly it develops into the other organ, or you can say it invades into the other organs and gets spread through the whole body that affects the multiple system organ of the body. We'll see the classification, you can say types of leukemias. So mainly there are two types of leukemias. One is acute leukemia and second is chronic leukemia. Acute is for short duration, that is it is increasing slowly, and one is chronic leukemia that develops very fast and has long duration. So we'll see first acute leukemia. Most childhood leukemias are acute. These leukemias can progress quickly and typically need to be treated right away. The main types of acute leukemias are, there are two types of acute leukemias. One is acute lymphocytic leukemia and one is acute myeloid leukemia. So this acute leukemia is very quickly developing, but it is for short duration and mainly it develops in the children. So we'll see the first subtype of acute leukemia, that is acute lymphocytic leukemia. Acute lymphocytic or lymphoblastic leukemia is sometimes called ALL. It starts in the bone marrow where blood cells are made. It is very common in children than in adults. So this acute lymphocytic leukemia starts in the blood cells. About 3 out of 4 childhood leukemias are ALL, that is acute lymphocytic leukemia. As the name implies, the lymphocytic cells line is affected in this disease. So main it affects the lymphoid cell where it gets developed, that is in the blood cell. So this is acute lymphocytic leukemia. Now we'll see acute myeloid leukemia, that is AML. This type of leukemia, also called acute myelogenous leukemia or acute myelocytic leukemia or acute non-lymphocytic leukemia, accounts for most of the remaining cases of childhood leukemia. AML starts when the myeloid tissue that normally form white blood cells. So the white blood forming cells are the main affected cells in this type of leukemia. So in this the myeloid gets affected, that is the white blood forming cells are getting affected, that causes leukemia. Then we'll see the chronic leukemias. So as the name says chronic, it is for long duration. Chronic leukemias are rare in children. These leukemias tend to grow slowly than acute leukemias, but they are very harder to cure. Chronic leukemias can be divided into two main types. So, as the word says, it is for long duration and grows slowly. In this also there are two subtypes. One is chronic lymphocytic leukemia and the second one is chronic myeloid leukemia. So, in this chronic lymphocytic leukemia, chronic lymphocytic leukemia is a type of cancer in which the bone marrow takes too many lymphocytes, that is functionally incompetent lymphocytes, and CLL is a blood and bone marrow disease that usually get worse slowly. So it is same like acute, but here it takes for a long duration and takes so many lymphocytes that affects the cell. Now we'll see the second one, that is chronic myeloid leukemia. Chronic myeloid leukemia is also known as chronic myelogenous leukemia. It is a type of cancer that starts in the blood forming cells of the bone marrow and invades the blood. So it is the same form of acute where it is affecting the myeloid forming cells, that is white blood forming cells, and invades the blood, that is it enters the blood where the blood circulates in the whole body. The difference is that it stays for a longer period of time since it is a chronic myeloid leukemia. There were totally two types, two main types, that was acute and chronic. Then acute was divided into two, and chronic was also divided into two. Now we'll see the etiology and risk factors of leukemia. So etiology are genetic causes, that is from parents. Then radiation, the persons those who are working in the radiation. Then toxic chemical exposure, those who are working in the factories. Then medications like alkylating agents, topios, topoisomerase 2 inhibitors, chloramphenicol, phenylbutazone, chloroquine, primary immunodeficiency and infection, then malignancy. So the person those who are long term taking medicines, those can also get affected, and person with less immunity, they can also be getting affected. Then other than that, we can see the risk factors. The main risk factors or case causes are unknown, and rest others what you have seen: genetic syndromes, then exposure to adverse influences like ionizing radiations, viral particles, parental smoking, then therapeutic irradiations, chemical and drug exposure, and family predisposition. So these were the certain causes and risk factors which can lead to leukemia. Then we'll see the signs and symptoms of leukemia. What the persons when gets affected with leukemia, how you can notice. So in that you'll be seeing fever, chills, and other flu-like symptoms in the patient. Then weakness and fatigue, frequent infections, loss of appetite and weight loss. Then swollen or tender lymph nodes, liver or spleen that will be palpable. Or then we can see the tiny red spots called petechia under the skin, swollen or bleeding gums, sweating especially at night, and a bone or joint pain, easy bleeding and bruising. Bruising is redness on the skin. Here you can see certain common symptoms on the diagram, that is weight loss, fever, frequent infections, easy shortness of breath, weakness, bones on joints, pain or tenderness, fatigue, loss of appetite, swelling, enlargement of nodes, then night sweats, easy bleeding and bruising, purplish patches of spots. These were the common signs and symptoms, except in that you can notice. Then we'll go over the diagnostic procedures, how you can diagnose the patient with leukemia. So first and foremost, we are going to do the history collection. Then we'll go for the physical examination. In physical examination, you will try to find out the symptoms of the leukemia. Then we can go for the CBC and blood chemistry. CBC will be trying to know the components of the blood. Then radiological studies, bone marrow studies, immunological studies, then liver function test, and LP. These were certain diagnostic procedures you can carry. Except in that, you can go for the biopsy. Biopsy will help us to know about the patient's bone marrow condition, and this will help us to know about the leukemia. Then we can go for the chest x-ray, that will show the swollen lymph nodes in the patient. Then we can go for the cytogenetics. Cytogenetics help us to know about the chromosomes that are transferred from the parents. So in cytogenetic conditions, in cytogenetic tests, we will come to know about the leukemia chromosomes. Then we can go for the medical management. In medical management, it is divided into two phases: acute leukemia phase and chronic leukemia phase. So when the patient is suffering from acute leukemia, we'll go for the chemotherapy. The chemotherapy will be giving the chemotherapy drugs like methotrexate, 6-mercaptopurine, hydroxyurea. Then we can go for the other antibiotics. So all the chemotherapeutic drugs will be given in the acute phase. Then radiation therapy will be followed. Then stem cell transplant, that will help to replace the affected cells. Then another phase is chronic leukemia phase. In that also we are giving chemotherapy to the patient. Then if needed, we will go for the surgery, that is the spleen which are destroyed completely and affecting the body will be completely removed through the surgery, that is splenectomy. Then targeted therapy, the main antibodies that are affected will be removed through the targeted therapies. Then we'll go for the nursing care plan. Nursing care plan will do the as usual nursing planning, and then we will be implementing it on the patient. So here see the nursing diagnosis according to priority of the patient. So first is impaired tissue integrity related to high dose radiation therapy. Since patient will undergo radiation therapy, so there are chance of getting impaired tissue integrity. Then risk of infection related to decreased neutrophils, altered response to microbial invasion, and presence of environmental pathogens. Then impaired oral mucous membrane related to low platelet counts and or affects the pathogenetic conditions and treatment as evidenced by oral bleeding and blood filled bullae. Risk of injury related to low platelet counts and treatment. Acute pain related to tumor growth, infection, or adverse effects of chemotherapy. Activity intolerance related to anemia and adverse effect of chemotherapy. So these are certain nursing diagnosis according to the leukemia condition. Except then that you can formulate your own nursing diagnosis according to the priority of the patient's chief complaints. So that's all for the today's class. Thank you to all the students.